Yeah, and Dorothy made a great objection saying that, that's sped up. So that's
Scooter guy had too many Red Bulls in the morning, right?
Yeah, no, he lied.
Yep.
And said that he hadn't had any interaction with protesters when you had that interaction with him where he was standing behind you creeping around.
Well, he tried to run me over. He tried to run me over, and that was my very first day doing a live, and then I thought he was drunk. I was like, what is wrong with this old guy on this scooter? Yeah. And then that's when all of a sudden I came up against him, and he was standing at the stair going, why don't you guys go get a real job?
Yeah, and now we have the Church of Scientology working together.
How's it going?
Good, how you
these
doing?
different cases.
Good.
Still waking myself up.
It's not just you
and losing in all these cases.
And losing
all these
He always got his cape on. He won.
What they're attempting to do was government overreach. What do you think about that? Because it seems like what they're trying to do.
Another win, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So she specifically mentioned government overreach.
I don't remember that part.
I know.
I was watching the transcriber. The transcriber had a short keyboard.
Just up at 10 a.m. I've been up since 7 a.m.
So I could watch it. So I was watching her write the record of what was being said.
We got to sit right next to Jennifer again, guys. Right next to her.
Read all the things about my dirty mouth, and then said that if you're gonna hit the pussy, you punk bitch.
Right.
And she said that was the credibly testified that was Tupac Shakur song.
That was my favorite.
That made me feel I was trying to keep it all like comfortable and not like.
Jennifer is the one that made the whole squirrels thing.
Once again, yay, baby.
No, I love this girl.
Look how cute.
She's supporting and helping me so much and getting me looking so much presentable. I'm a little feral here.
Yeah, where were you hiding the case at?
In my case. That's the only thing I had in my case was my case.
As soon as he won,
I was like,
What's up, guys?
I was like, there's no reason to bring anything.
Right.
She's just reading it. And I was like, I'm putting my cape on before I turn around.
Hamlet?
Put my cape on in court.
I love it.
Got everybody here. Michael, Serge, Will, Tori,
I feel
everyone.
Like I was
Solomon.
a little teary-eyed in the courtroom, and then I was like laughing, and then I was teary-eyed and like up and down.
Were you scared at first?
Yeah, the whole morning I was like very much.
We were both.
No, like no, I don't go talk to your dad. I was just go get make it go.
Were you worried? You were worried?
Yeah, I was because like the justice system has fucked kids over in Scientology for so long, and it's ruined our families. And Austin has ruined his own family. And look at it. It's like it's we're lucky if we get out mentally. Like I don't know how I got out, but now that I'm out, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm never doing that again. And so like Moxon is just like it's so scary to think, oh yeah, the justice system is gonna screw us. It's like literally we're gonna go in there and we're gonna think like, oh, we're gonna win and it's gonna screw us.
Well, he just beat Moxon.
I know. So
He just kicked Moxon's ass.
like,
You're not a lawyer. You're not a trained lawyer. He's a trained
You're
lawyer.
a trained lawyer, bud.
And you beat him. And beat him badly, right?
I was like, did he not do something right? Like Dorothy, like really. So I don't know the way things worked out with Dorothy doing her case and then the judge, doing everything after that. It made it a little better, but then that's the PTSD from childhood as children. And Moxon just sits on the shit, like ingrained in the legal system. Like we're going, oh God, the judge is gonna fuck us, and be like, nope. That's why it's like. I'm like, I barely can even like laugh and celebrate and be
Things are
happy
changing.
because I'm so angry.
Things are changing.
The tide
Come
is
on,
changing.
even a bailiff
And
in
it's
your
because you
league
guys
gave it
protesting are out there on the ground doing this out there on the ground. It's the protesters that are really pushing this matter and it's making a change. I love it. What's up, everybody?
What do you have to say?
Like,
What do you think?
Listening, I was laughing because.
Think you have any doubts?
Details.
Him losing? Nope. Same.
I mean, I would do the same thing.
Everything happened. Bob was literally saying shit and being like, fuck you, I'm not gonna be a part of this shit. I do my own life.
yeah.
Wise words from Solomon.
You
just gotta know some skills.
Like, wow, look at this. Like, and how the judge gave Moxon zero.
Nothing.
Literally, like,
That was an ass whooping.
and saying you fucking edited footage.
Yeah.
When you bring shit to the court with its full truth.
Yeah.
You don't come here with your agenda.
Yeah.
And that's what he did the whole time, and that's what Scientology does all the time. Right. Is going with their agenda of how they're going to fuck you. Like, they try to get rid of his visa, send him out of the U.S. What the fuck? That's how you know what we're doing to affect them.
You guys didn't get a chance to look over. Did you look over at Moxon after you?
I didn't even
He
look.
was just slumping in his seat. He was so defeated.
Then he tried to say something at the very end, like, I need a. She's like, she
Yeah,
thought
wanted to
she's
stay.
Like, no.
The judge literally said that she found zero times of harassment, pretty much. She went through every single time, every single event that happened, and she said none of them is acceptable for a restraining order. None of them.
Was completely fair on both parties. And like Streets was saying, he was saying that she was making sure that it's not appealed.
And it's
She
appealed.
gave him every opportunity
I don't know if you guys
to
can hear it.
correct and make it right.
And that's why she went and she said, I find this credible. I find what Jaden was saying was not credible. She went to that point by point, and that's to make it appeal proof. And she was meticulous.
Tori.
Every single, she knows how.
Yep.
She knows they're going to try to appeal, but it'll never happen. It won't get any.
He has the camera that way because it's makes it easier to hear.
She was stern because she gave him a lot of leeway, but she gave him a lot of leeway so they can't say something was done wrong from a procedural standpoint.
Yeah, and I did feel a little bit of that in the case when she was like, I was going to call Lara and Tori to the stand, and she said it's not. She like basically said it was not needed, and I didn't want to push the issue. Like Moxon was pushing the issue, and a lot of times before.
Yeah, with the old man is crazy. What the fuck?
She called it theater art. That theater
I
art.
love that. I
And so
love
I
that.
have said that a few times, and she also mentioned the whole paid actor thing that the trolls always want to talk about, and she recognized that it was satire to the whole George Soros paying for.
She mentioned that.
She mentioned that in the court record. So I thought that was pretty cool to have that all on record. The Tupac thing, these little.
She's brilliant. She's sharp.
Yeah.
She's sharp.
And for me and Serge, we love dancing and singing and performing, and I love that she just taught his character as being a charismatic, theatrical kind of guy in the way that he protests. And I was like, yes, there's the fucking freedom of art and being who the fuck you want. You can't control.
Wish I had my
Freedom of
tripod.
speech.
This is how you have to be in this area, you know?
She values, it's clear she values freedom of speech.
Sorry.
I think it's important to also recognize something else, right? This courthouse right here, Stanley Mosque, there's not often that there's a crowd of people standing around outside after court.
Right.
This is high profile. And they
Yeah.
understand that this is high profile. And so because of that, she's going to make sure that it's meticulous. She knows that this is going to get attention. And so because of that, like I said, it may have seemed like she was stern at the beginning of giving them a lot of leeway, but she was just doing that to make sure to protect her own decision. But my question to you is, like I said, Moxon, he's got a Wikipedia page. He's been studying, practicing law for decades. Not very good, but at least he's been doing it. How do you feel that not only do you win it, I think it's important to stress this, in her decision, which lasted, a half an hour for reading it, she basically said you won every single point, every single argument, every single data point, and she gave nothing today, not one time. How do you feel about that? You just beat Kendrick Moxon doing it on your own.
I so thought there was so much places for improvement. Every little detail that she would say, I would question that when she said she wasn't clear about the permits. I felt as though I didn't explain the permits enough and have it put it evidence because
said
and
didn't show a permit.
Yeah.
He asked
well
me.
but I didn't have any evidence.
Let me wash
Video
off my
evidence
camera.
because I didn't have transcripts with the videos. I didn't explain my videos, so she didn't see any real video videos like showing the complete opposite of what they were saying. So I had a lot of concern that I just made, as representing myself, that I made a mistake, and I made a mistake. I'll never make that mistake again.
Right.
But now I had seen, this is what happens on court sometimes. I had seen in court a bunch of times before judges looking at videos on the phone without transcripts. I saw it with my own eyes, but then for her specifically, it was different rules. And so you just have to be aware that just because there's like federal laws, state laws, county laws, township or city laws, even the local court rule laws, but there's also court rules specifically to judge rules. And so I had fun questioning the witness. I think that's the funnest part of the trial, is to be able to call someone out on the lies and they have to answer. And so that was amazing to be able to have them on the stand and to get the judge to laugh about the one security guard testifying that I destroyed his breakfast.
Yes.
And she laughed, and I knew, to me, that's one of the biggest things, is just to be very honorable in court and get people to laugh. You have to get the hearts and minds of people. And that's, you get the hearts and minds of people with laughter and happiness, not by calling somebody or yelling at them. You can stir up the pot. What we've been battling at the Blue Building has all been about easements. It's been about the ability, easements and permits of just the public property. And that is one of the most important things. And they don't know anything about law or the Constitution because that wasn't taught to them. And so it's just brainwashing that they're all victims. They're all victims, but also attackers. It's like this P. Diddy stuff with Usher and all these people. There's all these victims that become attackers eventually, and that's the thing with Scientology. It's very hard to get out of this MK Ultra brainwashing styled after the brainwashing of MK Ultra program.
Do you think Moxon's a victim or a predator?
It's hard to say. It's hard to like completely say. Was his daughter killed under circumstances because something he did? Was he involved in that, knowing that she died? He didn't even attend her funeral. What father doesn't attend a funeral? How do you have a religion that you don't even go and attend your daughters who died of an accident? You're a lawyer for a multi-billion-dollar organization, $1 million, and you can't even fly out to see your daughters.
Moxon has weaponized his law license continuously.
Yeah.
So what type of victim is he?
Yeah.
He knows what happens at the hotels. He has full access.
Yeah.
He read what the convicted felon pitched, L. Ron Hubbard.
He was involved.
Normalized it for all the kids. It's law licenses that kept us child trafficked, that kept us abused by all the adults that did that. So Brian Moxon is no victim because it's called you're an adult, you have the ability to choose, and the kids did it.
Yeah, and Kendrick. And
Kendrick.
And he was involved with the Shelley
the Lisa McPherson case.
He was involved in that.
But you go, do you think he's a victim of it? I think that comes from a father who actually took care of their son and was with their son and talked to the, he doesn't, he gets nothing. Like that's what pisses me off. If I hesitated and I go, he did lose his daughter, he was there for her. He put her in that situation. He put her in that situation. She had no voice. And now he's being a lawyer continuously over
Solomon,
the last
too.
35 years.
Defending another very young
evil. I
child. I
don't
mean,
care
this
if
guy
you
was
were
a
a
young.
victim.
This guy's a young child. Like we have the
Unbelievable.
same exact pattern. Nothing has changed.
Nothing
They're
has
still
changed.
targeting
They
children
still, they
and no
still
different
attack,
app.
and they send people through our restraining orders in court, and then right when they know, I might lose here, they offer a deal, they offer another deal. Okay, 25 yards. It's just
Dave, shut the fuck up.
on the record so that later they can totally fuck it up.
Yeah, and me and Danny are lucky. We still have Josiah. We still have Emery's case for the trespassing. We still have Michael's case. We still have Nance Drew's case in Chicago. You have Selfless case and Pearl Snappy. And Ashley in San Francisco also
And
did restraining
one
order.
in Denmark is doing as well.
One in Denmark. I didn't even know about the Denmark one, but they're all fighting these cases still, and they're all a court case emotionally affects your the very quote. The very quote. I want to read this quote. I think it's super important. The very essence of Scientology is to do exactly what you're doing to all these protesters. And
There's actually
L. Ron Hubbard to bring them under.
And this is talking about the government, and this is about what Scientology does to people.
'Cause he's the
no matter
king
what,
of the
because
day.
I believe or expose Scientology.
Yeah, this is from 1955 and 56. It said the purpose of the suit is to harass and discourage rather than win. The law can be used very easily to harass, and enough harassment on somebody who is simply on the thin edge anyway, well knowingly that he is not authorized, will generally be sufficient to cause professional decease. If possible, of course, ruin him utterly. And so,
Ruin him.
Do you feel that he tried to? They
I
tried to
feel-
ruin you utterly?
Yes, and I feel like a lot of what I've gone through the last couple of months has been from all the court cases, because this is not the only court case I had. I had two other arrests for disturbing a religious meeting, which I wasn't even booked or anything. They cased me, they brought me away. They went after my probation out in West Virginia, which they lost. That was the LAPD calling my probation officer for the illegal arrest, for the felony arrest I did 6 days in jail for pepper spray that Danny used protecting himself from an attacker from Lawful Bell. Chris.
10 days after
Yeah, and so we've all sustained injuries from protesting. I've had a black eye. You've had a broken nose. Chris lost a tooth. His hip. He was taken to the ground with the hip replacement or the hip surgery, and so everybody who's been coming out risking just to be friends with us or even walk up to us and talk to us makes you a target from the internet and trolls, and it's hard to tell who the trolls are and who the actual Church of Scientology and who these trolls are.
Something big came from this case. I don't. People think a few big things happened, but I think one of the biggest things is that you got Jaden on the stand, and you got him to admit that it is his job. He's not volunteering, that it's his job. And by admitting that it's his job, he's protected by labor laws, California labor laws, which means minimum wage and whatnot. So you got him to admit that he gets about $50 a week, but you also got him to admit that this is his job. What do you think about that?
I think that's huge, because that whole, I think a lot of the focus, the labor laws is something that there's such strong presences of unions who fight for labor laws. I think that could be one of the child auditing and the labor laws are, to me, what I think are like some of the pivot points to really dislodge Scientology, because it's the law. You have it's $16 an hour. It's real simple, and they try to dance. The security guard tried to dance around that. Well, what's the difference? Volunteer, my job, my volunteer. Well, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. And that security guard testified that he was in OSA and that he was making $50 or less than $50 a week and working 70 hours a week. 70 hours. That's no overtime, no time and a half, no 2 times for Sundays, none of that. And so those transcripts from my case, from Danny's case, and your case are the foundation of some of the stuff. But there's other cases, and I have to become a little more familiar with the previous cases, because Kendrick did the same accusation 2 years ago to a man that they ran a car into. And that guy, he threw flyers out, said this is a cult, and the LAPD chased him down and put him in a cage for 9 months. And then Kendrick Moxie came to the public defender and made an offer that if he took the plea, that if he said that he watched the Remedy series and that influenced him to attack, that it would be dropped down to some, that would be the deal. And that was such an atrocity that lawyer made a bunch of complaints about that. And you can find that online.
Did they offer you a plea deal?
No, not at one time. I did ask after the judge found out that he had doctored the video. I asked him if he wanted to end this now. And Moxon, that's about the only thing I've said between them. She said, "Is that a threat?"
Is that a threat?
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel hearing the judge say today that his credibility is diminished greatly by evidence submitted that he edited and she didn't let in? Weren't you the one that
That made me feel really good because me, Serge, Laura, I forget who else was, Henry, we all called into the California licensing board. And I recommend if you guys all freely do the same and make those statements about Kendrick Moxon. We could go on the Zoom and get a minute to tell your story. We all need to make complaints with details from Danny's case and my case.
So how do you explain that again?
So the California lawyer, the bar, state bar, has a meeting. They have meetings, and you could come in and have a public comment.
Yeah, we've been going on.
And so we've been doing the Zoom. Henry has been like handling that, and Audit LA have been both doing that. And so we need to do that because what Moxley did in both our cases is, again, it's unhonorable in the court. So we need to make noise about that.
And now the judge confirmed. Weren't you the one that caught it? Like, weren't you the one that caught that he submitted editing? Didn't you bring up objection?
Yeah, me and her caught it.
Didn't you bring up objection to the judge?
I brought up an objection
How did it
in
not
multiple
get it?
places, and she said if you want to testify to it, so I testified to it. And now Moxon, I didn't get to use any of my video evidence.
But she questioned him about that specifically because she asked him, has this video been edited? He says, well, it's a long video and we can't show the whole thing.
Well,
And he also said, to my knowledge, and I'm sure the judge was like, well, your knowledge is
But you
not.
caught him by...
Yeah, no, what he did was try to say that it was edited, but it was only clipped at the back or the front, not in the middle.
But you clarified that over and over,
Yeah,
and
I
the judge...
clarified it numerous
And he tried
times.
to
And the
say-
judge made sure to clarify it with him directly.
Yeah.
And he admitted.
And so the only paperwork that I had on mine.
He tried to like hide it by saying, well, it's a 5-hour-long video.
But she finally got him to say, was something in the middle removed?
Yeah.
And he finally said yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that changed. That 40 seconds was Jaden getting in my face.
Yeah, all of that
Yeah.
going
And-
on, trust all of them.
Yeah, and
James, William, whatever.
Yeah,
the
well,
name is,
James
all of
got
them
right
were
up
on
in my
him. He was
face
like,
and
get out
said,
of my face.
"You're
They're
trespassing.
all
You're on the
following
sidewalk. You're trespassing."
40 seconds.
And then I said, the police told you
Correct,
that
Daniel.
we were allowed here in March and on Easter, and now you're doing the same thing again. And that's what he cut out. That 40 seconds contained all that little language.
She made note of that today, that he was dishonest with his presentation of evidence.
Yep.
And that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's not just saying, okay, I just found what you're arguing was not credible.
That's what I thought she was going to do too. Like I thought she was going to do a ruling and not give all those details.
She did.
And because she gave those details, man, it's a story.
Well, it's a story,
Yeah.
but it also, if he tried to appeal it, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna see that, and they're like, okay, this guy is, not only did he not have a case, but then he essentially manipulated evidence, and it just makes it as appeal-proof as
Yeah,
can possibly
and
be.
it makes it huge for all of us who are involved where Kendrick is
That's what I
coming
was
into
gonna
the...
He's not credible with this court.
Yeah,
For all the
but
protesters
the
out there,
conspiracy
too,
of it,
Looks like
with the
this is what happened.
Scientology and security, even in your case where he went through the doors and security was the ones that showed them the video. He didn't even get to see the video. It was security showing the video to the police. It was a church pushing that. It was agents from that church trying to push that restraining order, push that illegal arrest. Because we both got, and what's crazy is we both got arrested. We did time in jail, and they tried to use both of those things against us over and over again, and things that were said in chat that we clearly said we didn't agree
She
with.
completely just threw that.
Yeah, she threw all that away.
She didn't want to hear anything about what Chad was saying.
It is important to be wary of what's going on because that happened in Leon Valley with James Freeman and Bow and all those auditors out there. They went for a press conference and allegedly someone put the police chiefs
Daniel, you're probably sitting at home watching, playing Fortnite.
and
Calm
he
down.
arrested everybody because there was threats to the thing. So it's good to be aware of that in case you could get on top of that.
Guys, on October 10th, there's going to be a child trafficking lawsuit with Jane Doe in this courtroom. So be sure to come back for that. October 10th, there's another hearing for this.
So that's in a few days.
Yeah, there's an active
Thursday.
child trafficking court case on
A
this.
couple days, yeah. I'll know what
Well,
day.
she even said something about that, you know, they didn't bring up video evidence on their side because they didn't have any. And then she's like, that's interesting because Scientology's got cameras everywhere.
Yeah, and at the end of the last trial, or I wasn't on the last day, but they, you specifically, on Dorothy's trial, she specifically told the same judge, zoom in, can you see that, Judge? Can you look? You see that very clear camera that is pointing directly at the whole scene, and you would think that they wouldn't bring that footage. Scientology wouldn't bring
They have
that
cameras
footage.
everywhere,
Yeah,
but yet they
everywhere.
didn't have any of their own video evidence
But even
from
in
that
the
from the
exact
scene.
shot, even in Danny's footage on his YouTube, they
he was
see
able to
that
get
camera
to
that could
testify,
zoom and
she
see
was able to see
everything.
that.
Yeah, the only video they had was down the street, right? That they presented.
Yeah,
They
was
had-
That they
all
sped
around
up and made it look like you
It
guys
looked
were.
like we were like hustling down. to
And
go.
they got halfway in that distance. They got the two cameras that look like lanterns right on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
That like would have gotten a beautiful view of.
No, they had like literally searched how like literally for the judge to be able to see the personality of a internal long-term Sea Org Scientologist member.
Fuck you.
Because she was like a robot, and she was like, oh yeah, before the restraining order, you know, Danny Scooter guy was able to go to and from work freely.
Is it frozen, guys?
And then once the restraining order, you know, we were scared, but or whatever, he wasn't scared anymore.
Yeah, no longer
so
scared.
the judge literally said, oh okay, so
They didn't restrict your access.
there was they didn't stop you, and you were able to come to and from. And Danny's been doing this since January.
Campos
She
was-
said, how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, that
Campos
was
was scared.
weird.
He was laughing when he was coming out of the courtroom the other day. He was sure was laughing. And yeah.
The judge, thank you to everyone who came. Like, even if it's just for 15 minutes, that judge recognized that this was a matter of public interest with the amount of people in the audience.
Definitely.
So just remember this court support. It seems like everyone, there's like this momentum that's growing with the court support.
When 15, 20 people show up over here
Yeah.
together, it's quite a scene. That's unusual.
And it's very diverse group of people. It's
Oh,
very
and I
diverse.
don't know if you know, before you came
Oh, yeah,
in, he
they-
brought you up tried before it even started.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, "Judge,
He brought
I
you
would
up
like to
saying
say
that
there's
you
a-
harassed him
Yeah,
and
and
were
the
making
assault
threats against him
assault
about going to
threats,
his house,
and that you
and he
were
wanted an
going-
extension
Yeah.
on the case.
You want
And then
extension
he
because
said-
of things I
Yeah,
said.
he's
the
being
court.
And guess what
I
she
told
said?
him that I told him I bought his name, which I did.
Yeah, that's what he
which
said.
I did.
He said that.
I bought this
And her
website.
response
And I'm
was,
gonna-
her response,
He told me he owns me.
I do. I own your name.
and her response
For the
was,
next billion
"Not that
years."
I'm here today. She said, my only thing here today is to do the verdict.
Listen, guys, I own
She
Kendrick.
literally was like, I don't give a
I own
fuck.
Kendrick.
She said, and anything that doesn't happen in my courtroom, anything, if it's not in my courtroom, she was like,
I own
like,
Kendrick-Moxon.com, and we're going to talk about how he abuses the legal system to help the Church of Scientology and to go after the Church of Scientology's critics, how he manipulates evidence. It's important that we warn the community, right? So he can go, if he wants to, Kendrick, go right back into that building, go try to get a TRO against me. I love that. Please. Nothing changes. I have the right to own your name and warn the public about you. So yeah, they try to bring it into your case. Like it has a, like that's relevant in any way.
I tried to stop it. I was like, oh my god.
He's so
I was
desperate.
like, if this doesn't end today, I'm just gonna pass out right now.
But it tells you how
I
little-
can't do another day.
But it tells you-
the anxiety.
But the association stuff, they try to do that with 86 GOP. They try to do with everybody. That you, when you're there, and they did with your case, where you had to own Denver, anything at Denver J said, you have to own that, which is just ridiculous. You know, you have agency over yourself. You're responsible
Truly,
for what
for
you
real.
do and not what somebody else did. Not what I said outside here has nothing to do with what you did with Jaden's case. Nothing. So that's funny.
Sup, Cassie?
Are you ready for Blue Building?
I am ready for the blue
Are
building.
you going to Blue Building tonight?
Yeah.
So they can expect you tonight, huh?
neighborhood barbecue. all are welcome. We're going to be feeding the homeless and protesting Scientology.
What are the chances the police are called tonight?
100.
I don't know.
They'll be called whether they bother or not.
Yeah.
Do you think? Here's a question. Do you think now that the police are starting to learn, like, okay, this shit is going nowhere? Do you think they're gonna be a little bit more? I don't want to use the term lenient, but do you think that they're going to come to their aid as much as
Be
possible?
on the right side of the
But-
law.
And I think that
Not too much to
we
ask,
also-
LAPD.
so
Be on the right side of the
going
law,
on,
LAPD. That's
should
all
be
we're
a focus.
asking.
You have a grown man threatening to rape one of the protesters, a minor. You have the law Bell bringing out erect things on pictures showing it to minors. But more so, Tony, he needs to be arrested for.
Dr. DeSasta, I got to do that for free.
I think that there's going to be some heavy pushing on some of the authorities to make that happen, because he's already admitted to a lot of these swatting calls, and I believe that he's been behind a vast majority of those, and I think that's put a lot of us in danger. I've been at gunpoint about 7 times, which is very scary. When you have a little red dot and a little green dot on your head, that's a scary thing. And the FBI refused to take. They said that they didn't deal with swatting, but you can go online and look at the FBI on virtual on the internet cyber security, and it says that they take care of swatting, but they won't even have us in the door to talk about that. What?
Virtual command.
Yeah, and Solomon has it's defined in that restraining order that there can't be any like swattings, and so there's this some gray area of when calling the police about a misreport and what is a swatting, you know, and I don't know the answer to that, but it's become very dangerous, and it's clear who one of the people or the group of people are that are doing it, and so the city attorney needs to get on that and prosecute and arrest this man, because there's literally tens of thousands of dollars being used for these false police calls, and they're putting everybody in danger.
Do you think you have PTSD from everything you've been through?
Absolutely. I hear a siren and my heart just pumps. Like I'm terrified, and they attacked Michael, and they also attacked Denver J. When they arrested him, they scratched his eye.
Yeah.
And so, and there's been so much.
His glasses fell off that it covered that.
And so, like, we really need to focus on who the real officers are in both the Northeast Division and Hollywood Division, and try to weed them out.
Is it true that somebody hissed at you the other day?
Yes, the Welsh King, some Welsh King defending the Magic Castle, who magician, Stan Gerson.
Oh.
Yeah, Stan Gerson's
OT8 magician.
OT8 magician.
That has a membership at the Magic Castle.
Yeah, and he's playing
At the
with
Blue
the
Building.
Blue Building coming up this month.
October,
This month, and Pasadena this weekend or next weekend. So it's I think that we could put the pressure on the Magic Castle to disassociate from Stan Gerson, just like Scientology disassociates from family and friends. Try it out. Disassociate from this person.
Disconnection.
And I think that we could get enough noise out there to make them pressure him.
October 19th.
Or for him that he's retired.
Stan Gerson protest October 19th at the Blue Building.
Why do you suppose he wanted to delay the ruling today?
Because he specifically said it. He wanted it was from the restraining order. He wanted me to not have that for the restraining order.
But why? Do you think it would have been for, say, a week, 3 weeks, or whatever?
Another week for me not to be at the Blue Building.
Every day matters, right? Every day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I
that's
mean,
why it's so
had.
important. We're going to barbecue.
Yeah, what we had there, what we had going there was amazing. We had so many people coming. There was a lot of people watching the live streams, and they sliced that. Like they sliced it, and it was such a lot. It was so amazing. And the judge, them talking about the sanitation projects that Danny and Leah were putting together. For
You
the
did bring that
homeless.
up. I thought that was...
They brought that up.
Well, no, I think that's important to bring up, because when you were talking about handing out sanitation products to homeless people, Kendrick Moxon says that's not protesting.
Yeah.
That's not protesting.
Feeding the homeless
Are you
is not
kidding me?
protesting.
Yeah.
And it was pretty
And
condescending.
it was so
Yeah.
gross how he tried to say, do you know, as the officer said, do you know how much the church donates to the homeless? And I wanted you to be like, you don't. You launder it into fake companies, and it only benefits you. You don't give money to the homeless. Never. In fact, that was
But
great.
he did open the
think
door for
homeless
me to
people are great.
say why I protest Scientology.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That was
And what did you say?
that it was a human trafficking organization. They separate families, children abuse, sexual abuse,
and they treat the homeless like
and they treat the homeless like they're not humans.
Yep.
that's what he said. Yep. And so like barbecuing and doing this, it pisses it. Look, the only way Scientology is literally protesting. The only way Scientology can come out of their evil little hidden shell of evil is by exposing them. Well, look at what they do when you feed the homeless around their buildings. Invite the homeless. They literally have a security guard on duty, taking out the homeless no matter what, doing stuff that. And here they are, way to
Decent
have
angle.
this book as their first.
That's what I've been doing
little
this whole time.
personality test.
So
Well,
is he.
Why don't you help the people right in front of your face?
He said it. I was
If
like,
you can't help the people
W.
right in front of your face, how the fuck are you going to help people that live in the outside world, that are going through life, that have trauma, that have like, so they're just full of shit. They know all the money they say they put it. No, they don't. They put it into their own Way to Happiness foundations and call that giving to the homeless because they're giving Way to Happiness books out to the homeless. Like, what the fuck does that do? Or like going to the hockey games or the basketball games with their Photoshop their own personal version of the Way to Happiness book. All it is to do is to get people into the organization of Scientology. Once they're in the organization, then they can be corrupted. Then they can slowly be hypnotized. That's literally what you're doing with the glam and the building and oh look at us and our smiles and come in and oh the next step is this and go into this film and it's all robotic. Like even the lady that came up as after Scooter guy couldn't even whatever like speak or whatever on the stand. He had his
It's like
partner come and she literally was like, hi. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, she was like an AI character. She didn't seem real. I gotta be honest with you.
So bad. I was like, good, let the judge see this. So, yeah, we have to get them out of their behavior.
Oh, that's how
And
she
so
was.
that might be a little bit hard to do. And sometimes we might have to say,
That's literally
got
how
the
she
butt to
was.
wake people the fuck out of their hypnotic state.
There's
That
just a
might
bunch
be-
of handlers. They
Yeah.
just have all these handlers on people to.
Hey!
There goes everybody's lives.
that Jaden tried to say Scott was being sexual with toward him.
Questioning his
That
sexuality.
was weird. That was weird. I was like, is somebody possibly gay that doesn't want to even go there at all? Like, dang, Jaden. And I feel bad for Jaden. He's 21. He was a chef. I didn't know about all this. He was a chef before he joined the Sea Org.
Yeah. He was in
Wanted
Canada.
to be he had a culinary, whatever. He went to
Yeah.
school and everything. And there he is, brainwashed.
Well,
hey, you're
is he-
trying to run us over
Where's he
with
from
your
though?
van.
You know where he's from?
Where's he from?
Canada.
Canada. He's
So it's
from. Taking us, bringing us from Canada.
CC Eyes. Check out what you do, Eyes. Who the hell are you giving visas to? Trafficking people from other countries.
Copyright.
I think that they are not sending out the.
I know a better song.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You saw the movie.
What time you guys going to the Blue Building tonight?
They went after the other. They left the other.
Danny, what time are you going over
Tell
there?
him off, he lost. And he's gonna keep losing.
So it all depends on him.
Hey, when are you going to the Blue Building?
What time are you going?
He's about to go there right now.
I want to look out there.
Start the barbecue and then sunset. I like being there when the sun's going down and there's traffic.
I'm gonna try to get there at 4:20. Hang out for a
Billion
while, just because I haven't. I've missed.
Why 420? What is 420?
420.
We're all
is that?
potheads. We're all potheads.
Oh, it's sativa time. 420.
420 synonymous with weed. I didn't know that.
No, but around 6 or 7.
Wait, you smoke weed?
He knows that. He gets in the car every day smelling like weed.
The federal government
Sorry, guys.
to be able to like declassify them as a church, revoke their.
Not my friend. You do not know me.
Scientologists love tobacco. We hate it.
Wait, Jaden smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Jaden
that.
Smoke. That was the
But that's-
reason.
that-
That's
here's
what
the shitty
that's what the manager testified
Wow.
to. That
He's
he
on
was
the
able.
serious
He was
stuff.
able. He was able to tell that he had mental issues because that's what
Because he smoked.
the manager came and testified. Because I asked him, did he go to a doctor? No. Did he go to a psychiatrist? No. He said that he judged his mental
Anguish.
state based on the amount of cigarettes he smoked.
Yeah,
And
that's
couldn't
what
quantify.
she said because your evidence was, she was reading and she was like, you
Danny?
didn't give sufficient amount of evidence as to the long-term harm that Ms. Hoss, there's something that Mr. Hoshetta did that would have, prolonged your, whatever, your mental
Thank you,
situation.
Audit.
And she
Thank you
literally said, and your only defense for that was you started smoking more, and you were slightly upset, and what did she say? And so gross. It's
So
just,
gross.
Just so gross.
You felt very
I
gross.
love how she mimicked how even this 21-year-old who's supposed to be a security guard, he didn't even speak the words of somebody being slightly aggressive. How the fuck are you going to be a security guard?
Super gross.
Like, yeah. And that he's the one filing the restraining order when he doesn't even know, who's what. Same with the scooter guy. Didn't even know. Fucking Moxie was calling Danny his own client's name. Mr. Campos, or what was he saying? He was calling him.
We also got the security guard to put that they were
pouring concrete.
And they were doing foundation work on a 5-6 story residential building.
That's exactly what they were doing
Yeah,
that
hotel.
day during that.
And without permits. You testified to that. So I also think that's
Hotel without
part of the
permits.
story.
Yeah. So
Hotel.
isn't it when things are done without permits, it has to be all taken
There's
down?
a hidden hotel right across the blue building, you
Because I know
guys.
they're also
With
working-
Breaking news,
That would
not
be a
breaking
I know
news
those planters
whatsoever.
need to go.
Yeah.
All
no,
just a
I
bunch of
haven't-
disgusting
Like,
hotels.
I haven't seen all the
construction work
planters.
they're doing there
And
without permits.
when I came to LA, I was like, well, we need more life. We need more trees and plants, more permaculture. And we got it at the Blue Building. I didn't think it would be a bunch of planters. But the Celebrity Center also has a whole bunch of new landscaping in the easements. So I thank everyone from all over the place who are out protesting and just be careful and learning a little bit about the law is really valuable when protesting, just to have an understanding of some of the processes. Because I've learned a lot just watching Solomon's case. I actually read the declaration by the server yesterday. Fascinating little declaration, and how she got them Tony served via Twitter, and how. Yeah, I read the whole thing last night actually.
Next time we're gonna get you a longer time.
Yeah.
And also we're gonna get the transcript.
You be buying those ties at Children's Place.
Look, guys,
No, it
nobody
was-
noticed.
I think it was-
And you didn't notice either. I wore my elephant and his tie has elephant.
Aw, how adorable.
I think the portion.
What a cute little couple.
Hey, he was stretching me
It's
out.
all a joke, man.
A whole carrot color, this,
yeah.
a whole carrot juice, ginger apple. Open the gate, splash all up in my hair. That's why I have no makeup on. All in my hair right when we were leaving my apartment, going in the van. I was like,
Yeah.
I was really like drenched
I was
with
so
carrot
anxious.
stain all over. And
I was so
like,
anxious.
thank God
I
got
knew
this shirt.
I was winning, but I
was
couldn't
like,
get that
Well,
anxiety.
let me ask you a question about that, right? Because you probably thought beforehand, how am I going to feel when I win? Is it exactly how you thought it would feel? Do you feel relief? Do you feel happiness?
And the relief comes in waves. But like, I didn't even want to turn around.
How about any anger? Any anger about having to go through all this?
No,
Okay.
because
He enjoyed it.
Every court experience that I've gone through has made me so much stronger and better at standing up for my rights.
Okay.
And a lot of it has been awful. spending time in jail, going in this jail here at the Twin Towers. It's nasty. 6 weeks.
Was it
there.
worth it?
Michael did it. Like,
Was it worth it?
it was in the long run, yes. At the time, it was like the biggest nightmare in the world, and I wouldn't wish that upon. I wouldn't even wish that upon. I don't want to wish that upon
Anyone.
Yeah, I made a quote at the California Bar Association, and it's, you could judge a society by the way they treat the prisoners. And we have a far way to go from how we treat, especially pre-trial convictions. When you have not been accused, and the other day when you came to the Magic Castle, and they tried to do a double PDA, that shit has to stop. You can't be attacked by somebody and be threatened to be thrown in jail because someone attacked you and not look at evidence. They did that to us a bunch of times at La Poubelle, and to see that that's a common practice of the LAPD.
Let me ask you a question. You're talking about the LAPD. At this courthouse, we've been dealing with the sheriff's department. Do you notice the difference between how they treat Scientology protesters versus how the LAPD, specifically the LAPD Hollywood and LAPD Northeast Division?
The sheriffs always seem to be a little more professional than like city police. The city police are always in the major cities. They're a little more thuggish than the sheriffs, and the sheriffs are voted in, whereas your city officers are appointed.
Do you feel that they were sympathetic towards?
I think that we have the judicial system. So the judicial system is behind us and the people, and that's how it should be. And I feel like that Scientology doesn't have their fingers. And there's been previous cases where judges have talked about the Scientology during the Jane Doe's cases, the Danny Matheson case, of them threatening.
Oh, I could tell you this morning, emails were sent out talking specifically about this. You may have received a copy of them, talking about how anonymous email saying people need to reach out to Judge Scully because what she's doing is wrong. What she did in Danny's case is wrong, and it's a bad precedent, and they need to be held accountable. That went out this morning at
it was almost
like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got that
email. It was
email.
threatening to the judges.
Yes.
That like we're coming after the judges now because the judges are screwing over the people.
Yeah.
But that judge was so fair. She was so fair. And she yelled at, she put everyone in place that needed to be put in place.
Even you.
To keep her.
Yeah, I got yelled at, but it was really just.
And Dorothy got yelled at a few times.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think that the judges are afraid of fair gaming by Scientology, or do you think they're past that too?
You know what? They're in the past, we've had events, huge Scientology events, where one of the wins was, and the judge, not only, they do the whole speak. They literally are saying the judge was on our side and we got the judge to do this. And it's so we were always so feared, and everybody in the outside thinks, oh, well, Scientology just gets everything. They just destroy everybody's life.
Well, it's not happening now.
This is the first time that I personally have been on a fucking case where I'm literally like, they're full of shit. The judge is the judge. The judge is going to see something and say how it is. Of course we win. We're winning but the PTSD is that we've been told that we were never going to be supported by the legal system. But actually the legal system has strict laws. It has very strict
laws
rules.
on our side.
And Scientology is
The laws on our
breaking
side.
so many of those. Scientology is breaking so many of those laws that it's amazing to have seen Danny, all these, yours, with the other lawyer that was going, not even just with Mox and this, to see them all going, they don't have their fucking fingers in the legal system, and that's finally one thing they don't really. They lie.
At least in this courthouse, they don't.
They only had it with money, and now
there's 3 different judges we've gone through. We've gone through Kaufman, Scully, and in your case, Ochoa, who have shot down Scientology and Scientology interests.
Yeah. And there's going to be more stuff. You got Henry here, and Henry's going to go through all this. Same with Josiah. And so don't think that those judges aren't talking and that there aren't some rumors and everything.
Yeah.
And I really
the problem there, though, is Heidi, because in both those cases, as far as that's the city attorney, what's her issue? I know I saw a video of her last night. She was drunk at some ceremony. She's got some problems, but I think it's time to start holding Heidi Feldstein Soto accountable.
I agree. We have to put pressure where the pressure needs to be, and I think that's the pivot point, the foundation of what's going on.
She's prosecuting Henry.
Yeah.
So you're talking about all these people that George Gascon. Your case got rejected when it was a felony, right? By Gascon.
Yeah.
Your case was rejected. by Gascon
Michael's case was rejected and sent to the city.
and sent to the city attorney, where they're stringing it along. So there's I will
it's the
say
city
this.
attorney.
Well, listen, Gascon's up for re-election. You guys should think about that. If you want to be protesting out here, Gascon seems to be protecting the protesters from Church of Scientology's misuse of the system. Need to maybe support him a little bit in the election coming up, but also start holding Heidi Feldstein Soto accountable to drop your case, to drop Henry's case, and to enforce the restraining order with Solomon's case.
Yeah, and so could you explain the difference between what position?
So the district attorney handles felonies, and he handles it on the county-wide. The city attorney only handles misdemeanors, and it's only in the city of Los Angeles. So if we go over here to East LA, that's an unincorporated area. Everything handled over there is either handled by their local courts, or if it's a felony, by Gascon. So Heidi Feldstein Soto only represents the city of LA as opposed to the county of LA, and only handles misdemeanors. The thing about it is it could be abusive, right? Because city attorney can string things along. She doesn't necessarily, she could bring the charges and she can kind of keep these things going on for a year, or she could even, if she has your phones and they have your phones, they can hold them for up to a year.
They have your phone?
No, they don't.
You're lucky.
No, because
You gotta go.
Well, that one police officer, the girl, she was like so nice with me because she was like, they were pushing the other officer off of me at one point, and she's like, where do you want your phone to go?
She had it directly to me. Yeah.
I handed it right to you.
Whereas with your phones, if they seize it, even if the case is rejected by the DA, the city attorney can investigate it for up to a year, even if they don't plan on actually bringing any charges. It's just to, like I said, take you through the whole process, take you for the ride.
Yeah.
They're taking your phones through the ride.
And those phones being taken, I still haven't recovered accounts because of that.
It's the worst.
And taking both my phones and my computer at one time,
Guys, when you protest, most importantly, back up your phones.
Yeah.
Back them up. Additionally, don't use the face to unlock.
Yeah.
Don't use a fingerprint to unlock it. Use a passcode, because otherwise, they can come up to you when they arrest you and put it right in front of your face and unlock it.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's great
advice.
So you need to protect. I mean, listen. Right now in New York City, the mayor over there, he's been indicted and stuff. But they seized one of his phones when he got arrested, and they've been unable to unlock it. He claims that he changed it right before he got arrested and he forgot the passcode. So it's not necessarily easy for them to get into your phones. You damn sure don't want to make it easy for them. But also back up your phone, because you don't want to lose access to accounts and stuff. Make sure these things are duplicated elsewhere. Make sure your bank account and whatever else, your Cash Apps, your Venmos, or anything that's important is backed up elsewhere. If you have an iPhone, back it up to the cloud. But make sure, because your phone can be taken at any time, and it could be held for up to a year for small things.
I thought for sure I was going to lose my phone.
It's the worst. I had them take 2 of my phones, and then not only that, then they get access to your phones. You get a search warrant for it, and then you just feel violated because they're What they do is they don't just go into your phone; they download an entire copy of your phone.
And then they just sit there and just...
And then they can have access to it. They can give you your phone back at that point because they have a whole complete copy.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
All right, I'm out of here, man.
All right, man. Congratulations,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone, for coming. Seriously.
Yeah.
Of course.
Number 4 in the last 2 months.
I'm running out of I can't even keep up with it.
So guys, once again...
As far as restraining orders, this is the last restraining order that we had on the docket. Now it's just criminal cases. It's here in LA at least.
We have Solomon.
Oh, Josiah has a TRO.
October 23rd.
That guy ain't coming. Actually, he ain't coming. He could just go in there and be like, I want to move forward with it. Because that guy's not coming. I see that guy every day. And I can tell him his heart is not. And he's not.
And then we have that.
He hasn't come to any of it.
Let's cover the zip, guys.
He doesn't want any part in this.
Because you've done it for so long without the recognition that
Yeah, it's time for him to move on.
He didn't show up. And he decided
Lovely.
this is the OG, right?
If he went through it, they would have dropped it right then
This is
anyway.
how legends are made.
Next time.
Right after the
How come we didn't wear matching elephants like that?
Friday, we went to
I told you I wanted to wear the matching
Oh,
elephants.
you are. Nike and Nike.
No, I wanted matching elephants.
Well, you have to come up with your own.
I'm kidding.
Yeah? Right.
A fan.
No justice. And you see for the last couple of weeks.
Okay, guys.
So they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back to the building and say they.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Just here.
Are you going to good today?
I mean, the corporals in the old days,
I'm excited actually.
Just watched Dave's video about you. He was crazy. God damn. Need a garbage can.
All they had was Jennifer. I'll tell you what, it's a good feeling to be a winner, right?
Hold on. Let me see the video.
Anything they want. You think Mox is a piece of crap?
Go, make a left and go straight, and you'll see it on your right.
So you know what Jessica told me the other day? Jessica told me that you only date 20 to 30-year-olds.
Oh, yeah, you know that. Third party.
He said good for her, as she should.
I did say that.
You did. I said I was joking.
They're after me, but that doesn't mean
They're out. Oh, I love you, Tori.
You gonna show up at the Blue Building?
I love that they mentioned your name. It was so funny.
Shut the fuck up again. I will come to California.
And the judge was like, didn't want to hear it. He was complaining because I was yelling at him out here. And,
Dave, that's a little creepy, buddy.
yeah.
See, the old days, they did throw them off.
Yeah.
The judges would come in.
But those days are over now. So you think Moxon's in there trying to get a restraining order against me right now?
I don't think he wants to.
I wish he would. I wish he would.
Oh, there's flowers in my hair.
I will. Well, he's got assets we can seize. We'll slap him and we'll get some real money out of him.
Yeah.
That'll be $100,000 for my lawyers.
There's like these yellow flowers that come off of the tree.
Because they've been in court with me. They know. I know my
You
Oh,
were
God.
in court. They tried
Thank
getting
you.
an order against you.
Right where you started.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, God.
Do it again. Yep.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And I wasn't.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
There's no disconnect.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the car in a couple minutes. Dave's gonna get a little speech.
Yes, there is a cancellation of disconnection, but in the fine print.
Will's gonna lose that when he sees it. No, he's not. He's gonna laugh.
People that would be disconnected.
Are you a suppressive person now? Are you a proud suppressive person? SB 13.
You guys have different numbers.
Oh, really?
The critics.
It goes up to the highest is SB 13.
Well, mine was SP13 with cumulative plus.
Wow.
That's because I do the reports. They try to benefit me.
Really? And they had, how many lawyers they have show up?
10.
10 lawyers against Tory.
No, it's me and 15 other people. And a multi-millionaire. But I told Bob, I said, this is about you and me. You have the money, I have the knowledge. And the rest of the people are really good. And that's exactly what we both I got it.
Want some Red Bull?
Tory's gonna start.
Tori's gonna have all the energy. There's vodka in there too, so it's perfect. I'm kidding.
What are you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah. Feeling good still?
Yeah, I was talking to my process server yesterday about everything. You know,
What does it say?
it's not even, he can't even appeal it over street.
No, he can't. I keep on telling him.
Tori's over here dying.
There's,
God.
listen, if he has to appeal it,
Look at Danny's hair
he
with
would
all
have
the
to appeal
flowers.
it
Hold
based
on.
upon some procedural error by the judge. But in order
All
for
the
that
flowers.
him to know that, he has to have transcripts and go through it to find.
He's got like
where something
100
went
flowers
wrong.
in his hair.
But he didn't show up to court, so there's nothing. There's no appealing.
Is he gonna use the hearing that we had last week?
That what he had last week is last week.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to show Will something right now. Ow. Guys, my foot hurts.
Like I said, if he would try to get a restraining order, it'll show in the court by 10 p.m. And so if
Outfit
it doesn't
checks,
show,
sweats.
all he's got to do is he's got to go back to his just 5 people in his chat, telling them another excuse about what I'm going to do. He's not going to do anything. The guy just, all he does is all talk. He got whipped by a 16 and now 17 year old.
And then he says he's representing himself, and then says,
He
oh,
needs
for
to
the
because his
legal
lawyers suck.
fund. Yeah, he says, oh, donate for the legal fund. And
Oh,
then he says,
rent
I'm
time.
representing myself.
Not today.
Yeah, rent was
What do
due.
you think he's gonna do?
I didn't make an
He's a
appointment
week
yet.
late on rent. The rent, and some weed, I guess.
I have to show you something.
What are you gonna show me?
Come here.
Hold on, guys. So I got muted?
No.
No, I'm not. I already
Come
know.
on.
I already know what it is. I'm not looking at
Why
that.
not?
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
You guys going over there?
Guys, there's this
Danny,
woman that's
I gotta
always
tell
in
you
here that has
something.
like a flesh-eating disease, eating her entire leg. She picks it off in the courthouse, and she's in here every day. It's insanely disgusting.
Oh, you been put? I was gonna say you put it on there because I was like, man, that's how did that happen to you?
It's
You have none in your
it's
hand.
the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, do I? I'm gonna keep it. All right, you guys gonna be over there a little later? All right, we're getting out of here. Solomon, what are you up to?
We're gonna watch some arraignments.
Where?
Oh God.
I'm watching it like.
I'm not mad at that, man.
No.
I'm be honest with you. It's
I mean, I need to kill time, you know.
It's a good way to kill time.
don't you wish you could film it though? I know some good.
Solomon's
drama
gonna
in
go check out some more court cases in there.
I'm not mad at you. Why? Solomon's end up being a lawyer.
I can
All
see
right, you ready
it.
to go?
You just asked, I said yes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
See ya. Oh, goodbye, Tori. Hey, say goodbye to Tori since you're always rude.
How are you doing?
Yeah, you have to say goodbye.
I have to say goodbye.
I got you, Tori.
Huh? My car is let's go drive it. Where's Jessica?
Okay, sorry.
It's like a few blocks. No, it's in a parking garage, like half a mile away-ish. Yeah, it's cheaper. Well, it's cheaper. It's like half the price. $12 instead of 20 something. I mean, but I'll probably see you later if you go over there. Yeah, I'll come by for a little. I should probably. Oh, I mean, I'm always out. But yeah, that's when the entertaining stuff is. That's when the entertaining stuff is. You know. But
I used to always go to the Egyptian about midnight.
you always see some weirdo, like, yeah.
All right, kiddo. Well, thank you for coming.
Of course. I will see you later. See you. I'll see you.
You can come down and get your own restraining.
Okay. So I had to go get all the. I wanted to tell you this. Yeah, I used to live in Redmond. My dad and I were
Stalking. Tell Solomon to unban me. I'm sure he banned you for a reason, so I'm not going to do that.
Northern California. So we tried. Yeah, I want to go see it.
Oh yeah, it's a previous thing. It's such a creepy looking
bike ride. I don't want to walk. Got you. Walk your lazy ass. Shut up. Appreciate you. This one's 100. Are you mad at me? You just don't understand that you can't threaten people, or else you're gonna be locked up, buddy.
I gotta tell you, listen, Scientologists are bad, but they fucking robots.
Netherlands?
They're everywhere in my neighborhood. And then the
Yawn.
new ones are coming. They're competing the other gang. So yeah, for now. Oh yeah, we're gonna drug you. Especially more.
Jesus loves y'all.
To take it upon himself to initiate the whole process. You know, it's not easy for an adult to do it, but when he's 16, he's like, no, I'm gonna stand up for myself, I'm gonna do it. And how much of it was you versus your mom? It was like 95% you. That's pretty impressive. You get told.
Were you the one who was running that day? What do you mean? He's gonna get yelled at in the car. Don't worry.
Oh, I didn't reach out. I got the lady's phone.
They can't lock me up because I live in MA different laws. Yes, they can. And Dave, now since you made me mad,
Should be fast too.
since you made me mad, I'm gonna ask Will on a date. Since you made me mad, I'm gonna bring him flowers too. It's gonna be super romantic. That's what you get, Dave. Yes. Since you wanted to threaten me, now we're going on a date. We're going to Nobu.
I can't remember the exact word. Gibberish. She was in another case.
Not very good, Jen. Not very good.
Thank you for coming. I'll see you over there later on.
I'll say
Ready?
yes.
You have to.
Wear a dress? No.
Yeah, you reside in LA City or LA County.
Will you marry me? Sure. Because Dave made me mad, I will marry you. Santa, we're married. Your day just got worse.
Yeah, you told me you were.
If Dave makes me mad, I might have to. Oh, my back hurts. Everything hurts. What's the point of this? Good question. What's the point of life? Called every Dave I've met that. Were you born a man? Yes.
We did it. I cannot wait for more destruction.
That was good. It was good.
I was very scared though.
I wasn't.
I definitely was like,
I thought. I didn't have any
just
doubt
thought,
in my
like,
mind.
what if the system fucks us?
Yeah,
But then I was
you
like,
never
what
know
if-
like who's paid off and shit. Like,
And I was thinking, what if she was like dramatic and then she was like, haha, you guys thought I was gonna rule on this one too, but I'm not. You guys were
the second
wrong
she
here.
started talking, oh, and we got to sit by Jennifer again. And the
I
whole
know. I literally, I was sitting in the back and I was like, I just was like.
we kept
oh,
every time they
I
would
know,
say
so
something,
that I
they'd be like,
would not.
we did not find it credible. We're like, Jennifer, write that down. Not credible. Write it down, Jennifer.
And
Write it
that's
down.
when- that's
Oh
when
yeah,
the
so
judge
good.
was like-
Yeah, that's when the judge was
Because
like,
I was
no
like, I can hear
talking.
my voice when I'm even trying to whisper and I can still hear it, and all I could hear was Street's voice like, oh,
Yeah.
and, I was
And then
like, oh
we're
my
like,
God, I know
the
what you're
restraint.
doing.
She was like, the restraining order, you know, it's been denied. And we're like, write that down, Jennifer. Write it down, because she kept writing down notes. We're like, write that down. It's been denied. Write it down. It was so good, guys.
I just was.
We should have been
laughing
sitting
so
next to
hard
her the whole
when
time.
She jumped up and sat in the front because I was like, oh, where they? I was like, oh, they can get in there, and I was like, oh, Jennifer's right there, and then I saw her sit down, and I was like, no, this is so funny. He's like, and then Streets looked at me, and I was like, you had to sit. I thought he was gonna go by her. And sit
No, we
on
had
the-
said as we were walking up, we're like, no, we need to sit next to her at all costs.
She was like,
and we did.
This is so amazing. Forcing her to have to sit with SPs. This is the most amazing things in life. This is why I go to court.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the past. Solomon's last day was super entertaining. His last day was super entertaining. Danny's last day was super entertaining. It made it all worth it. Sitting through all that.
It's such an insane thing to see that Moxon is just horrible at being a lawyer.
Oh my God.
And that like
and the look
this
on Jaden's
fear
face was
of
so
my
good.
whole childhood of like thinking he was so hard to like deal with or like oh don't.
And
mess
now
with
you say he's
Moxon.
like,
And I'm
a literal like.
literally like a little bitch. You're
Yeah.
such a little fucking.
And looking at Jaden's
you're
face.
a liar.
Looking at
You're a
Jaden's
fucking
face
liar
as he
and you're
realized that he was going to lose was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So good.
He literally was like, he's half black or something, and his fucking face was
Turning a
white,
little red, yeah,
was
yeah.
pale. It was
Yeah.
like, what's happening? Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Let's go eat yummy.
The winner
All
right
right,
there.
let's go.
I'll say you.
Later.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back.
You at 7?
Show your fit, guys. It's nothing good. It's literally a Nike sweatshirt
Go by the mansions or whatever they go hang out.
and sweatpants. Wang Dong. Wang Dong went from being rude to now sending super chats. See? All you gotta do is be nice to the haters and they come around, guys. W Wang Dong. Ooh, Daddy Dave got timed out for 300 seconds.
They endorsed doing the waiver.
All hail Wang Dong. There you go, W Wang Dong. Why are you dressed like a mobster's wife? I want to be a mobster's wife. What do you mean? Oh my God, my back hurts so bad. Yeah. The fuck you talking about? There's Kelly. Kelly takes my nonsense, so we're friends now. Whoever said Wang Dong was a hater, I don't know. You were being mean to me a couple minutes ago. Do you work out? I do. I try to when I'm not. She's always here. You got this guy. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. How's it going? Great. He's from Vietnam. Sure. We got this lady. Hello, lady. Hi. Nice to see you. We got this lovely lad. Maybe a sugar daddy. I'm not sure. Who else we got? We got Leah back there. You can't really see her. Griselda, that's her name. I always forget. We got Carlos here. We got this guy. He looks like a lovely lad. He's enjoying his coffee. Looks like good coffee. We got this guy again. Got this guy. He bleached his hair. Looks good. Looks good. Nice hair, sir. Back to Solomon. He's still on his phone. Look at these youngsters nowadays. They just sit on their phone all day. Nothing productive. Nothing productive. Then we got Tori over here. She only dates 20 to 30-year-olds. Then we got Leah over here. I'm zoomed into all your faces, just so you know. I've been going for each person passing by. Him right here. Look at this clown. I'm just kidding. I'm very overtired right now, so I'm just, What? Third partying? Oh, what? Dude, I said it to your face. Yeah. Very true. No, I didn't say it on live. We weren't on live when I said that to him. Oh, wait, no, yes, I was. But I said I was just kidding, and I was going to tell you that. Yeah. Oh, you can. Oh, we got these lovely lads. This looks like, he looks like his name would be Albert. Albert. Got these two lovely lads walking by. They look like they're having a pretty enjoyable day. Pretty enjoyable day. Let's follow them all the way to their location. There we go. Have a great day, guys. All right. We got this one. He's still yapping it up over here. Yapping it up like crazy. Got these two lovely lads.
You could always call us.
Okay, I'm sorry. Earthquake. Got to sit down and take a nap. Oh, really?
I mean, they would have to post signs anyway. I haven't watched them doing it well, but I thought they were there.
Are you married? Yes. No. Oh yeah, no Dodge Freestyle today.
I say you go get that. Seriously, I would start losing.
Hosting the roasting.
It'll also be good for your kids too.
Sound like you're from the Bronx?
Still like
No,
not just
from New Jersey.
lingering physical, but it's also.
Dodge was going on a trip somewhere, he said.
Alright, I'm gonna put pressure on.
State are you from?
That's my neighbor. What are you doing? This guy's all. I'm about to go off. He's my neighbor. He always drunk. I have no respect for him. No, because his mother was dying, and he's sitting in his house drunk. He never helped. There he is, just showing up over here. I was about to flip out right there. I couldn't believe him walking by like that. I'm surprised he was sober enough to make it down.
I am from America.
So long because of that. They gotta find out who exactly is before they file. It's gonna look like full when they get to this state or something. Okay.
Psi level 10. I told Dave to shut up again, and he went a little crazy, so he got blocked out of my chat for a bit. Hold
Dave.
on. No, look at this.
David. Dave, come on now. You can't talk like that. Come on, David. Why did you told him to shut up again?
Yeah, because he kept writing, I hate DOA, I hate Solomon, as
Solomon's
they were
just a
talking.
kid.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't care.
He doesn't care. He says he hates kids. Oh, Dave's on timeout, so he can't even talk. This guy right here looks nice, Dave. I think I have to ask him on a date.
Jessica's about to ask him on a date, Dave.
And he can't even comment.
You're getting more YouTubes today. You're going to 3 or 4 shorts.
Excuse me, sir, do you want to go on a date with me? No? Okay, Dave, you didn't see that. Oh, God. All right. Oh, denied.
Ask him.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Are you guys looking for a third by any chance? No? He didn't answer. He's secret. You want to go on a date with me? Okay. Oh, God. Damn. Guys don't want me. I'm going to have to ask this lady. Excuse me, madame? Want to go on a date?
Want to see me work my magic?
Yeah.
Let me go find Tori.
Come on. Let me go find her. You're too old for her.
I know. Way too old.
Hey, lovely ladies, are you guys single?
Oh, God, Jessica.
Are you guys single?
Don't do it.
I'm straight, but I'm trying to switch it up because all the guys are denying me. You interested in going on a date with me? No? Oh, okay. Damn, oh my God, I don't even know. Oh, what about you, madame? No?
Jessica, I realized we went too far. I
Oh
don't know
my
why we were
God.
walking
Well, have a lovely evening.
so- Without you.
If you guys change your mind, I'll be here. With roses. God. Guys,
I
I'm
swear
gonna
they
be
were talking about you.
I'm gonna be single forever, I think.
Construction workers. Construction workers coming up.
Dave's gonna have so many videos today. Oh, the construction workers, they love me. Hold on. 'Cause I'm gonna pull the construction worker. I think it would work better if I wasn't walking next to a guy. But it's alright.
I believe it's not.
What she said, I don't know. So that wasn't a no, so I'm gonna have to keep following her.
When you said you were following her for hours, she was horrified. What's he say after King?
Oh God.
You think he would say yes?
What about this lovely lad?
If you can.
Hello, you beautiful stud right there. You want to go on a date with me? You want to go on a date with me? Oh. Have a great evening. All right, what is that, like 10 denied? Why are you running away from me? Dave screwed. Oh, lost honky. Appreciate you. When I get a date.
Dave is loving this.
No, he's not. The next day video is going to be crazy. This is what he gets. He wants to act up. This is what he gets.
Yeah, but now what are you gonna get? He's probably gonna come at you super hard now. He's gonna have the Hell's Angel. You don't want to fuck with 81. Does Dave ever wear a shirt when he makes his videos?
I don't think so. I'm not sure if he ever gets up from that couch because he's always in the same couch.
Here you go.
Oh,
The Scientologist.
are you single? What is going on? God. All right, get it. I'm embarrassed.
I mean, you should be. Your card got declined earlier.
No, it did not. Oh my God. Excuse me, sir. Are you single? Are you single? You.
Yeah?
Oh, you want to go on a date?
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm not like that.
Oh, wait, how old are you? 18. Okay, thank God. That would have been terrible. I thought he was going to say like I'm 16 or something and that would be caught in 4K. Oh my God. That just gave me a heart attack. You know how many times that would have been posted on Reddit? If he was like 16?
Let's see what the chat is talking about. I figured DOA would win. Yeah, man, these cases. I guess I'll have to check the docket tonight to see if Mox and gets a restraining order against me, which would affect my life in no way whatsoever. He really tried to say that in court, that they needed to delay DOA's case because supposedly I threatened Moxon and I told him that I own his name. It's the same shit that happened in Joey's case when they tried to make the case for restraining order was me telling Joey that I own his name. That I own Joey Eckers, Rocket Eckers,
Along with 3,000 others. He waved to me because he liked me.
Yeah.
I think that was what happened.
He waved goodbye to you, like get away.
Or he just didn't want me to hit him as I whipped around the corner.
I think the toll guy hit on the toll guy when you leave here.
He's not there.
Oh man.
You're my last resort. Do you want to go on a date?
That's gonna be all over Reddit.
They don't do that Reddit stuff anymore.
You know?
I don't think so. If they do, I don't know about it.
I missed you.
I know. I think they realized after a while that we literally just laughed at them when they did it and we were purposely giving them stuff to say. Like, Jessica isn't his girlfriend or property. Yes, you tell him, Dawn.
What's that?
He said Dave needs to understand I'm not property.
Unless the person that you're dating is in the Hells Angels like Dave.
True. A year ago, did you ever think you would make such good friends doing this, Jess? I don't have any friends.
Jessica and I became friends about a year ago. Like this week, right?
Yep, something like that.
That's when we first met each other at the test center.
Yes, sir. These recent videos are so scary. I don't find him scary, guys. I really don't, to be honest.
Dave isn't scary.
Believe it or not, I don't believe he knows the Hells Angels. I know it's crazy, but there you go, barefoot, sir.
Dave, do you have a motorcycle? Isn't that kind of important? Being in the Hells Angels. Anyway, Team Dave right here. I'm Team Dave.
Oh God, he's Team Dave as he threatens my life. Dave's punching air right now.
Oh, you got it. You gotta go right.
Yeah, but there's a car.
Oh, that car wasn't there before. Look, like that. Dave, you got one of those? The Hells Angels are here, Dave.
He doesn't have a motorcycle, but he has a leather vest, yes.
Oh, I got a scooter.
Yes, he's very bad.
Well, I got a rental scooter.
Alright, see if you can pull her right here.
For her?
Yeah, she's a baddie.
I don't do that. I've never hit on a girl in my life.
You hit on men or?
Never hit on a man in my life. I feel awkward doing that.
You hit on they-thems? Oh God, I need to stop.
Trying to get me canceled.
I mean, I don't judge anyone, that's why I asked.
You judge everybody. What are you talking about? You literally judge everyone. But I mean, everybody judges everybody. Just not everybody
They
wants
don't
to
say
admit
it
it.
out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I sat next to Jennifer in court. I know she was dreading that when I sat there.
We pretty much got yelled at to shut up.
Yeah, because I was whispering.
Well,
things.
because she was writing notes, so every
Yeah.
time they would be like, and that was not credible, it'd be like, write that down, Jennifer. Write that down. Be like, and the restraining order has not been granted. Jennifer, write that down.
Write that
Make sure-
down.
Write it down.
Write it down. Write it down. You lost. You lost again. Again, Jennifer. Write that down, Jennifer.
We should have been sitting by her the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I would put so much pressure on her. I saw her. She kept on eyeing me to the side too. Kept on just like observing things. Is she married?
I mean,
It's weird when those Sea Org members get married,
yeah.
right? Like they share a bunk bed or something like that. text her on the phone?
It's on my leg.
Wanted to create some sort of doubt.
Wanted what?
Wanted to create doubt.
I really wish you would have looked at that lady's leg for me.
Nah, hell no.
She needed a diagnosis, and I thought you would help.
Diagnosis. Stop. That thing was.
The grossest was her picking it and dropping the flakes on the floor.
You're literally gonna make me cute. Fingy's doing it. Appreciate you, Fingy.
I'm here for your man, not you, honey. Can we see him?
Wait, she was married to Repetto? Is that true, people?
I don't think that's true.
Is Jennifer Osa? I think she's just their legal department person.
Hi from Boston.
I'm set. Watch out. Watch out. Person wants to get in.
Sucks.
Don't do that. You're awful.
Why don't you guys do some house party?
House party?
At 11:47 in the morning?
Don't hit the car in front of you.
Shut up.
Listen, I mean, you spun out your car last week. I gotta protect you from yourself.
I didn't spin it out. It was a little party trick I was doing.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired of court.
Repetto was married to Jennifer.
About Kyle? Has Kyle, let me look at his Instagram. Has he done anything lately?
I don't think he has.
I think he's gonna shut the fuck up now.
For a day or so. Until he wants attention again.
Yeah, he just desperately wants attention. And Kyle, I'm not gonna give it to you right now. You're boring? No, it's the same shit.
Damn, evidently he really was married to her.
He was?
Evidently, that's what people are saying. Scott said so, and I believe my good friend Scott.
Is it? It's interesting. You think Jaden's married? Is it Jaden? Jalen? Which one is it?
Jalen, I think.
Jalen.
I don't know.
I wonder if he'll be back over at the test center where he's been at lately. Smoking cigarettes. Is he old enough to smoke?
He's 21.
He is 21?
What he said, right? Oh, Dave's back. He says the videos are gone.
Dave, you got rid of the videos? Dave, you little bitch to delete them like that. You should have kept them.
Guys, do you see what an enabler he is?
Yeah, totally, 100%. Those videos are funny.
All right, you guys hear this?
So it's okay for Dave to talk about doing this to other people, but when he does it to you, then it's different?
I didn't care.
Well, because it's...
I was just listening to the chat.
You guys are boyfriend, girlfriend now.
We are?
Yeah. Don't you have your Hell's Angels patch too?
Yeah. Yeah.
She got a Hell's Angels patch on the back of her car. Did you send his sweatshirt yet?
Did you? You were supposed to. Damn, the guy's a passenger.
Do you have a rag or something I could use?
No. For what?
My hands are sticky.
Wipe them on your face. She looks so young. That's not what that guy out there said. He called me old. Caught in 4K. I'm gonna have to go get some Botox now. Someone's gonna make a compilation of all 50 times I was denied.
100%.
That one Asian woman though, she did the one when I said I followed her for 2 hours. I think she was interested. She was
No,
just
she
a
was
little
horrified when you said that. The look on her face, like her jaw dropped. You said, "No, you're old." I was like, "Oh."
I really got so nervous. He was gonna say he was like 16 and I was gonna be all over Reddit.
You were playing your little music earlier too.
I don't even think that they heard.
Had to.
I don't think they did.
Had to.
I don't think they did.
What? Hold on, guys. The front door is open. Let's go by there right now, please.
You should have said it online.
They know.
Just tell me how to.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. Stay right there.
I had like such a feeling they were gonna start doing
I knew what it was.
because
Listen, on Friday I saw one window they had peeled that stuff off, and I thought, okay, maybe it was peeling off and they're just replacing it.
how about finding employment? How about shutting your mouth, JR?
Huh?
How about we go to find employment? I'm gonna kindly decline. JR's living paycheck to
You
paycheck.
guys want to have a little fun?
Don't keep talking about it though. 'Cause
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm about to go by the police station real quick.
Let me turn this off.
Wait, mute? Tyler says, I wish Jessica would hit on me. How old are you?
Yeah, we need an age check. Dave was really worked up the other day when I had that guy in my video. So I just played along with it, and poor guy got about 20 videos made about him in one day. Hell's Angels will be after you.
You chat like that guy.
Dave did it.
Dave doesn't like any guy. Never will. No, Dave likes me. Right, Dave? Dave, I'm your dog, right?
W Dog. He likes say I like W Dog.
Josh says he's 31 and in Ohio.
I don't like Ohio.
She doesn't like Ohio, she said.
He said I like W Dog.
See?
Why does he, I don't get it. Why does he like you?
Because I'm a likable guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't like any guy I talk to. Like any guy that's even sitting near me, he doesn't like.
Dave, why do you like me
So
and
I'm
no other
confused.
guy?
He doesn't make videos about you. He says don't mess with my
No,
crew.
he made a video about me before.
He said don't mess with my crew.
He said, hey Will, hey Streets, don't talk to Jessica, some shit like that.
Dave, is it okay if I date Will? Can I date Will, Dave?
She's too old.
I'm too old. Because we are homie W Dog.
That's
But
fine.
can I date him, Will? I don't even know your names. Can I date him, Dave? Stop leading me in the wrong direction. You almost just got to.
No, keep going straight.
Jesus Christ. He says no. But why not? You said you like him. I can't keep playing by all these rules, Dave.
Stay to the right.
He gets so mad at Larson. What's up, Larson?
Slow down, slow down.
You stop playing me.
To the right, to the right. hard right, we would be, if you didn't slow down, we'd be flipping, you'd be spinning out again. Make a left.
Why is he telling her how to drive? That's what I'm saying.
Because she spun out her car last week.
I did not. It was a party trick.
Oh. She literally left the car place, went a block, and spun it out.
I was just testing how the donuts worked.
She was getting ready for a street takeover.
Yes.
You're gonna show up at a street takeover doing donuts with your Mini Cooper.
With the Mini Cooper.
Mute.
I think she's already. Oh, I thought that was.
Tim Harris says Jess has already made a pass on Will, but he's too much of a gentleman.
What's that mean?
It means that I'm not gonna say you're too old outright and embarrass you.
That I'm too old?
She's looking around like.
All right, fine.
No,
if you
no.
only like underage girls, just say that. Just- All right, if there's any 17-year-olds in the chat, that's what.
No. You told me you were 36 last week. So
Is that a phone on the roof? Come on, get out of the way.
phone on the roof. No, only you do that.
Is that what someone said? I don't know.
You can do it, yeah.
I saw you.
Do spin.
Stop. You have to wait. I went in Natalie's chat and wrote Daddy William as a joke.
I saw that.
And then she pinned it on the thing. I was like, why'd she do that?
I screen capped that.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Not cool,
Bitch.
not cool.
Oh, he's right.
Danny's at testing center. Oh god, that means they closed the door. Damn it.
Make
Wait, no,
right, make
just go
right.
right. Go.
Yeah. Is the door closed?
It's gonna be now. Yeah, it's definitely closed. Definitely, we're gonna close the second that.
Well, if it's closed already, then.
Yeah, it's pointless. For real, it was busy yesterday. I don't think it was busy yesterday.
You came by here yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't. I did see some
there
people
was
walk
a lot.
in. I did see some people walk in. Yeah, they did take all the frosting off.
See, I told you. See, on Friday they pulled the frosting off of that window, and then Jessica, now I can talk about it now, Jessica came by and documented they pulled the frosting off of the rest of the windows. So they're getting ready to reopen. They were waiting for these cases to be adjudicated. Well, Danny's holding it down, so.
Yeah, I'm just hoping the door was open. Otherwise, there's no point in getting out, obviously.
Maybe they want to start with just opening the door and then start
Taking things
slowly working the body routers out there. Come out here and see Sebastian walking down the street. Let's see if they move the people, because you know how those little vendors set up their stuff. Somebody's setting up their like design a star, and the other lady's doing. Oh, they have like a guitar player out there some days.
There's your good friend Patrick Berry.
There's Patrick.
Right there.
He's selling edibles. Oh, he's walking good today. He's walking. You gotta teach Joey how to walk like that. Come on now, Carl. Why are you getting in my way?
Door's closed. Come on, no. Alright, let's all sit here.
There you go. I'm trying to help you out.
Well, it
You
didn't
got
work.
it. You got it.
No, stop.
On my side, you have it, so you're good.
Hey, yeah, you guys just park right there. That's great.
No, that's a Uber.
I don't care. Hurry up.
No, you can't go now.
What? He looks like they got so scared. They got so scared. Those people just came out the door. Bro, this is actually crazy. What are they doing?
They have the doors open.
I'm literally stuck right here. Hi. I am Italian. Yeah, I know. It is. Thank you. Yeah, you freaking idiots. Yeah, I'm talking about you. People just came out the side door. He left his phone open. I'm about to go into my contact and put some crazy shit. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna put that down because he's coming. I was gonna change the profile photo. We'll see how long it takes for him to realize that I just changed his name and the phone to Mommy Jessica.
I saw him letting people out the side door.
I know, I seen him.
So they were Muslim. I don't even know what to make of what was going on. I don't think they were Nation of Islam. What the hell is going on over here? But yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing, is trying to keep the door open.
Test out how much they can pull off.
My thing is, you want to keep the door closed, have somebody out here protesting out here every once in a while. Doesn't have to be at the Blue Building, right? To me, I've always said that even when this place closed, it makes more sense than the Blue Building, because they still have people coming in and out there for coursework. I think you're right. All right, guys, I'm heading off. Shout out to the mods. Oh,
I'm about to get off too because I want to say
about to
something.
get off.
I'll be back on later then.
Shout out to the mods.
Bye, guys.
She'll be back on later. Later, she's going to be back on, and she's go ahead. And she's going to be getting denied over and over again. For she's aged out from social media now.
All right, girl. All right.